Hi everyone, today is September 8th, Thursday, around 20 minutes to 8 at night, and as my 41st episode of Trial and Error, I'm gonna make some sort of fusion again. It's Chorizo Carbonara. So chorizo, it's basically Spanish pork, how they use it, the way to make the sausage, but although it says 100% Australian pork from Providore, cooked ingredients chorizo crumb, but anyways, it's just the way how they make the pork into sausage, chorizo Spanish way. So I'm gonna use here for the carbonara, I'm gonna use like a quarter of the crumb, and for the egg and cheese again basically for carbonara sauce. For the eggs, I'm going to use the Pace Farm cage-free eggs, the enjoyable eggs. As you can see, 100% Australian family-owned and operated. Their hens roam in large farms with fresh air, independently audited and accredited, and not housed in cages. So should be good. So there are actually like a dozen, like 12 eggs here, but for one portion like me, this time I'm going to use 4 eggs, so like a third of the 12 eggs here to make the carbonara sauce. The second part of the carbonara sauce, apart from egg, it's the cheese, and here I'm going to use the Perfect Italiano Perfect Bake, which consists of 3 kinds of cheeses here, as you can see: cheddar, mozzarella, and parmesan. 3 cheeses for superior flavor, golden brown crust, and extra large bake, but I believe you can use it for spaghetti as well. And lastly, again, spaghetti is the Saffarelli pasta di semola di grano duro spaghettini number 3. So these are my 4 ingredients for my chorizo carbonara tonight on September 8th, Thursday. For dinner, my 41st trial and error. So again, the chorizo, well, crumb actually, I'm going to use, in terms of one portion, for me, I'm going to use a quarter of them. The egg, there are 12 Pace Farm cage-free eggs, a dozen. I'm going to use a third, which is like 4. For the cheese, the Perfect Italiano Perfect Bake, cheddar, mozzarella, parmesan, I'm going to use a third of them as well. Then for the spaghetti, it's the Saffarelli spaghettini number 3. Here I'm going to use a quarter of them. So let's see how I make this chorizo carbonara. So what I mean by 4 eggs, in case I haven't mentioned before, but if you did not notice, but I'll say that again. Yes, I use 4 eggs in this chorizo carbonara. 3 eggs, they are all mixed in the carbonara sauce. As you can see, the kind of, the texture, it's some sort of thickness when I mix with the Perfect Italiano cheese. And also the remaining egg, it's the egg yolk. Well, actually, I use entire egg yolks only for those 4 eggs. So 3 egg yolks already mixed with the cheese to create the carbonara sauce, and the remaining 1 egg yolk, it looks like this. I'm gonna later to pop the egg yolk to squirt into the spaghetti, the carbonara, to eat together, to enhance the flavor. So, and spaghetti, well, here we go, spaghetti. And the chorizo crumb, it looks like this. Well, crumb, right? Because crumb, therefore, comes with small bits of pieces. As you can see, it's I try to make them, and it looks like the crumb stick around different bits of the spaghetti. So basically, when you eat each bite of spaghetti, there should be some chorizo crumb come along as well. So this is my chorizo carbonara on today, September 8th, Thursday night evening, as my 41st trial and error. So again, I use a quarter of the chorizo crumb, as you can see. The egg, I use 4 entire egg yolks. 3 of the egg yolks mixed with a third pack of the perfect Italiano cheese to create the carbonara sauce. The remaining egg yolk, as you can see, it's here. I'm gonna later pop them and squirt into the rest of the spaghetti. And yes, cheese I mentioned, I use a third of them. And spaghetti, the Saffarelli spaghettini number 3, I use like a quarter of them as usual for one portion, one person, for me to enjoy this chorizo carbonara. So I already finished my chorizo carbonara. So the extra, the egg yolk on top really makes a difference, to enhance the taste of the chorizo carbonara. Like when you pop in, not only, the presentation, wow, you pop in, squirt the egg yolk, mix with the rest of the, spaghetti also to make it, wow, what I mean is like, it even not only the taste but also texture, more creamier, because the previously, as mentioned earlier, I actually used 4 egg yolks in total. The one egg yolk, on top is lastly at the end when you pop it, squirt it with your, I guess, fork, right? You won't eat spaghetti with your hand, but the rest of the 3 spaghetti, the egg yolk already, like it's inside, mixed with the cheese to create the carbonara sauce, and the extra egg yolk on there add extra taste, extra texture to the chorizo carbonara. So yes, so this time my experience from chorizo carbonara, it really makes the difference. The extra 1 egg yolk, apart from originally already there are 3 egg yolk which I mixed with cheese to create the carbonara sauce. So talking about the chorizo, as you can see from what I bought, it is actually a crumb. So it's kind of small bits, small pieces, but even like just a quarter of that pack of chorizo crumb is actually like pretty much like enough. I mean the portion itself, like a quarter for 1 portion, like me, for myself, for dinner, for that pack of chorizo crumb, it's already like pretty much good enough to mix with the the spaghetti. And the chorizo crumb, in terms of taste, it's mostly salty, a bit spicy. Yes, mostly salty. So, but that kind of saltiness actually goes really well with the cheese, so to enhance the taste. And also, the chorizo crumb, it's kind of crunchy as well. So it's, the texture wise, it also enhanced for the spaghetti as well. So this is how I make the chorizo carbonara today for my 41st trial and error on September 8th, Thursday, tonight for my dinner. Again, for 1 portion, 1 person, for me, I use a quarter pack of the chorizo crumb, 4 free-range eggs, 3 egg yolks mixed with a third of the pack of cheese to create the carbonara sauce, and the remaining 1 egg yolk I put finally on top. So for yourself, I guess again, use your fork to pop in, squirt in, mix with the rest of the spaghetti. Yep. And the cheese I mentioned earlier, a third of the cheese to mix with the 3 egg yolk to create the carbonara sauce, and also lastly a quarter of the Saffarelli pasta di semolo de grano duro spaghettini number 3. Alright, so that's the end of this video. Again, the 41st episode of Trial and Error with the chorizo carbonara on today, September 8th, Thursday night for dinner. Hopefully you guys will enjoy by not only give a like to this video, and also for further, as always, subscribe to this channel and follow my other platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter, so you guys won't miss out. And I will see you guys in the next video. Have a good night and see ya!